Hello all, welcome back on the next video of what's new in Business Central 2021 Release Wave 2. So today we'll see one interesting change which is around improved user experience to keep the posting setup and dimension issues from going wrong. Now what's interesting about this change is Microsoft is now able to use the telemetry information that's being generated from the customers in SaaS and identify what kind of common issues that they are facing. Now, if you read about the details about this change, it says that Microsoft was able to figure out that most of the posting errors that are being generated in the customer systems are either because of the incorrect posting setups, or either they have dimension issues that they don't understand. So what they have done with this change is they have enhanced the experience when you try to post a document, and if the errors are around these two lines, then it gives you a lot of information to fix that issue or to resolve that issue without talking to your partner or having a developer in call. So let's quickly have a look on that. Now for the demo, I have created an issue, a dimension issue for a document. So now if I as a user go and create a new sales order, and let me zoom this in. When I create a new sales order and I pick a customer, and then I'll choose an item. Okay, I'll choose some quantity. Now this feature works on the preview posting as well as on the actual posting. So whatever you want to use. So if you're using preview posting, it'll show you that error message. In the same way, if you're trying to post, it'll show you an error message. So let's see what it says. When I try to post this, to ship an invoice, I get this separate window for error message. Now let's try to decrypt this window. It says message type error. That means there is an error. Let's understand the description, which says selected dimension value code for dimension code business group for customer number 10,000. The context is from where it is being generated. It is being generated from the sales order 101010. There's no field involved in this, more or less, but then there is a source from where this is being actually picked from. Now it says that it's coming from the default dimension that is set on table 18, which is customer, on that customer that we used, and a dimension business group. It tells you what type of field is causing problem, that is value posting. We'll quickly have a look on that. And then there is an additional information about the dimension used are invalid. So before we move ahead, let's quickly click on this because there's a hyperlink over here. If I click on it, it actually takes me to that customer default dimension and highlights that record where the setup says that it is code mandatory, which means that the document need to have a dimension value for business group before it gets posted. If that's not sufficient, then let's come here towards right, and then there is a support URL. If you click on it, it'll help the user to understand how dimension works. So this gives you all the detail, what different options are, how they are set up, how you should use different options which are available on the default dimension window. And at the end, if at the end of it you don't understand why it is being generated and you need to call your partner or a colleague who's a developer, you get an error called stack, which means it tells you how the code have executed to reach to this point where this error was generated. Also shows you who have written that code, which means it is coming from which extension. So in this case, this is all Microsoft. It gives me that when you try to click on that button, this happens, then it takes you here and it takes you here and you reach to the error, which is this. At this moment, if I'm not wrong, the feature is only enabled for two kinds of error. One is for the posting setup, if you have an incorrect posting setup, or if you have a dimension issue. but this will be super cool if that can be extended on other areas so that the users are able to understand by reading the doc side that how this feature should be used, right? How the area of the business that they are using, what learnings they are missing. So let me know how you feel about this feature, and I'll see you next time with the next video on it. Thank you. Stay tuned.